So go ahead and find. Hi, welcome to yoga this afternoon. We're going to do a Hatha yoga class. And we're just going to begin in Sukhasana, sweet pose. So you can sit on the edge of your blanket and come into just easy seat, crisscross apple. And you can take your hands to your knees and place your palms down. And let your eyes go crossed and draw them up to the third eye center. And then scan yourself and notice that you're holding probably somewhere. So soften your fingers, soften your toes. And let your sits bones press down into the earth. And let the crown of the head rise up. And it's a very subtle motion as we bring the heart forward and pull the chin down ever so slightly, sending the crown up again. Place your attention on your left nostril. We're going to inhale through the left nostril. Just intend for it, it'll happen. Holding the breath at that third eye center, and then exhaling through the right nostril. We inhale back through the right nostril. Hold the breath at the third eye center, and exhale through the left, and just stay with that. See if you can't slow the breath. Today I'm pulling our card from our Sacred Earth Oracle. This absolutely gorgeous card. It says perception. Ooh, how are you seeing things? Your senses are clouded by thoughts and emotions. Try to distance yourself from what others say. Detach emotionally. Quiet your judgments and clear your thoughts. Let your instinct guide you to the clear, unmistakable voice that comes not from your thoughts, but from your soul. So just be silent. Maybe already you've noticed in your silence. And in order to find the space between all those thoughts, let's introduce a mantra. And instead of having thoughts, we'll play in the energy of that mantra. Breathing in, think to yourself, so, and breathing out, think to yourself, hum. It means I am. Beautiful. Exhale, roll your chin down to your chest. Let your head hang heavy. And then start to rock your head side to side. So as you inhale, roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Exhale the chin to the chest. And just keep rocking that head back and forth. And do notice if you have tension in your shoulders. Tension on the back of the neck. And maybe start to draw some big, full head circles all the way around. And then other direction. And let's come to stillness. Let's lift the arms. Inhale, look up. And connected with breath. As you exhale, bring the hands in front of you, look down. Inhale, reach all the way up and bring those arms behind you, open through your heart. Exhaling, round down. Inhaling, reaching up. Open those palms wide. And just move with breath. In yoga, they say that our perception arises based on past experience. And we see things in one of three ways. We will see things as what they call sattvic, or we'll just say white, light, pure, innocent, sweet. We'll see things as registic, heated, actionable, or we'll see things as tamasic, dark. And I think we're all familiar with dark right now. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up, take an exhale, take your right hand to your left knee, sweet twist, soften the shoulders. Let the sits bones press into the earth, let the crown of the head rise up. Send your breath to the organs of digestion. If you're in a sattvic or white mood, you're probably just happy, going with the flow. Registic, you may be irritable, angry, wanting things to change. Tamasic, you may be experience. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, take it to the other side. And the practice of yoga is to always be shifting from dark to light. So we must notice, acknowledge our thought patterns, and cultivate the ability to choose to think differently. Beautiful. Inhale, lift up, bring your hands to the earth in front of you. We'll come to hands and knees. If you have blocks, you can organize them at the front of the mat. If you need a blanket for your knees, you can put that blanket under your knees now. We'll spread those fingers wide like starfish, placing the knees under the hips, curl the toes. Let's take a slight bend with our elbows left and right to remind you not to hyperextend. As you inhale, start to rock the heart forward. And as you exhale, round through the spine, drawing the tailbone towards the heels. Move with breath. Thinking to yourself either soham or maybe monitoring your thoughts and start to classify them. This is a dark thought. This is a heated thought. This is a nice thought. Now bring those tailbones to the heels, bring the knees wide. Stay up a little bit tall though. We're gonna slide our hands forward, maybe even making spider fingers with the hands, and just start to let the head drift down. Maybe rock a little side to side. And then gently slide all the way back into a wide child's pose. If your forehead is on a mat, you can gently start to rock your head side to side. And if it felt good to wiggle your hips, you can keep wiggling. Beautiful. Inhale, come on up. Get your knees back under your hip. We're going to lift the right arm, left leg, and then place it back down. Inhale, lift the left arm, right leg, and place it back down. Just keep moving. You might wonder why it matters so much, these thoughts, the quality that's arising. And it's because yogis are truth seekers. And what we're looking for is the ultimate truth. And we can't see truth if our judgment is clouded by past experiences. An example would be, let's say you have a partner and they come home from work one day and they got a certain face, and you start to say hello to them and they get a little snappy with you. And so the next night when they come home, they might have that same look on their face, and you decide, well, I'm just going to avoid them for a little while because they might possibly be snappy. And the truth could be that they had a bad day one day, but they didn't have a bad day the next day. And that's just the way they look. And now you've trained yourself to not have a nice greeting with your loved one. Go ahead and just lift the right leg behind you now, and then take it out to the right. Seal the foot to the earth, and we're going to rock forward and back. Beautiful. Exhale back. Maybe the elbows come to the earth. Going for that inner thigh stretch. Just keep breathing. So maybe if you're thinking about anything, think about how that might apply in your own life. Someone sends you, or you send someone a text. They don't text back right away. Does your mind do silly things? Are you super critical of yourself? Do you make assumptions? Beautiful. Let's start to inhale up. We're going to slide our hands to our knees as we come all the way up. You can lift the arms, press the hands together, look up. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, bring the right hand to that right leg. Reach up, 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 and over with that left arm, really focusing on the stretch right above the hip. And keep breathing. Beautiful. Inhale, bring the arms up. We'll bring them back to the earth. Lift that leg behind you, and now crisscross it to the other side of the body. And we're going to bring both knees to the earth and come into a twisted child's pose. Beautiful. Just keep breathing. Beautiful. Inhale, lift on up. Undo your legs, and we'll just slide our hips side to side. Beautiful. Lift that left leg behind you now. And then take it over to the left. Plant that foot on the earth, seal it, and we're going to inhale forward and exhale back. And then bring it all the way back. Bring the elbows to the mat. Pause here. Lovely. Start to come out. Slide your hands towards your knee as you reach up. And then bring your hand to that knee. Reach up, 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 and over. Turn to look up. Keep breathing. And then we lift up again. Bring the hands to the earth. Lift that foot behind you. Take it to the other side of the body. Knees both come to the earth, crisscrossed, and come into that twisted child's pose. Doing great. Just keep breathing. And of course, we always just go where we go in yoga. Beautiful. Inhale, lift up. Back to that tabletop position. Curl the toes, lift the knees. We're going to come to down dog. Your first down dog, so make it your own. Push the tail higher and try to have your hands perfectly flat to the mat. And maybe place your feet about hip width distance apart. There we go. Bend the knees. And then we squeeze the thighs together. As you're exhaling, pulling that navel towards the back of the spine, in and up. And if you need to break it all, we just go to child's pose. Keep breathing. Breathing in flow, breathing out hum. Beautiful. Look at your feet. Walk your hands to your feet. Come inhale for a half lift. Exhale, bend the knees a little bit more. Hinging at the hip creases, let's fold. Keep the spine straight. And your head can hang heavy. And just little micro movements here. Bend the knees a touch. Lift up a touch. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Keep your fingers on your earth. As you inhale, come to the tippy toes. And then rock back to the heels and lift the front toes. Inhaling, tippy toes. And if it's available, come to the heels, lift the front toes, stay there. Maybe inhale, half lift a touch. Exhale, fold a little more deeply. Beautiful. Let the feet come to the earth. Walk the hands forward. We're going to come back to down dog. So you're exhaling, pulling the navel back to the spine. Hitch it in, hitch it up. You'll feel the pelvic floor engage. Let your gaze be at your thighs, pressing down through the heels. Beautiful. This time we're going to walk the feet forward and take as many steps as you like. If you have blocks, you can place them on the mat in front of you. We're going to inhale to a half lift and exhale, fold again. Head hangs heavy. And for some reason, holding onto your block makes the spine feel stable. And sometimes you can just release a little bit more using the blocks. Bend both knees, straighten only the right. And bend both knees, straighten only the left. And now let's bend both knees just to relieve ourselves a touch. And then we're going to lift that right leg behind us. Standing split, hips like headlights to the earth. Turn your foot so the toes are pointing down. And maybe engage the thigh above the kneecap. Just keep breathing. Breathing and lifting. And gently relieve that foot, bring it to the earth, and then lift the left leg up behind you. Beautiful. Put that foot down. That foot down. Now heel to the feet as wide as your mat and get the edge of your feet aligned. And then exhale, fold. Inhale and sit. Press down through the tailbone. And just keep moving. Just keep breathing. In on the elbows with the knees. Stop. Notice your inner dialogue. Do you honestly even believe what you're saying to yourself half the time? Beautiful. Exhale, release. Let's go ahead and start to sweep up with that right arm on an exhale, release. Let's go ahead and start to sweep up with that right arm on an inhale, exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift the left arm. To the earth, heel to the feet underneath you. Bend the knees a little bit, and we're going to reverse waterfall up or bring your hands to your knees to inhale, help you come all the way up. Reach up, flip your palms. Take a big inhale, exhale to the right. Smile if you got one. And inhale back through center, take it to the other. Inhale back through center, release the arms, roll your shoulders. And if you're not at the front of the mat, go ahead and get there. We'll bring our hands to our waist, and we're going to step back with the right foot. Maybe 3.5, 4 feet. Seal it at that 45. Get the hips forward like headlights. Bring them down to heart center. And breathe. As you're exhaling, pull that navel into the back of the spine, in and up, and pull up on the pelvic floor. Now seal the hands together, interlace the middle ring and pinky finger, soften your shoulders, and see if you can't turn your right heel to come into a Crescent Warrior. If it's too much, just go right back to Warrior One. Maybe you can take your gaze up a little bit more, draw your fingertips back, open through the heart. There's no energy in the lower back. Beautiful. Go ahead and seal that foot as we come into Warrior Two. So heel toe that front foot over, maybe 2-3 inches to the right. Bend into that knee. When you look down, see the big toe. The back foot is at a 90-degree angle. You can flip your hands, get the muscles tight to the bone, and then flip them back over and breathe. As you're exhaling, you're pulling that navel in and up, engage deeply through the pelvic floor. Flip the left hand, reach up for the sky. Turn your heart to the ceiling. And then straighten that front leg just to go a little bit deeper. Reach further back. Take a big inhale. Bend your knee. Exhale, cartwheel to the earth. And we're going to step into a standing forward fold. Inhale, half lift just to straighten the spine. Exhale, fold deeper. Always bending the knees a touch, hinging at the hip creases. Head hangs heavy. Beautiful. Heart center. Close your eyes. Great place to. From here, we'll take the hands, step back with that left foot, back to Warrior One. Hips are forward. Arms are lifted, knees over the ankle, but not beyond. Look up if you can. Rolling the pinkies in gets the shoulders to soften. In gets the shoulders to soften. Hands together, interlace to the sky. See if you can't shift to the toes of the back foot. A couple inches, bend the knee, look down to the big toe, roll to the outside edge of that back foot. Look up, twisting the heart to the sky. And then straighten that front leg, reach even further back. Keep breathing. And then we bend the front knee, cartwheel to the earth, and forward. Inhale to heart center. Close the eyes for a moment. Now we're just going to do a little flow with breath. So inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees to softly fold. Step back. Exhale, bend the knees to softly fold. Step back with the right foot, seal it at a 45-degree angle. Either use your hands to your knees or inhale, come all the way up. Keep breathing. Seal the hands together, interlace middle ring and pinky finger, come through that Crescent Warrior. Take a breath here. And then let's come into Warrior 2. Breath here. Flip your front hand, reach up. And then straighten that leg to go deeper. Big inhale, exhale, bend the knee, cartwheel the hands to the earth, step forward. Inhale, rise up and bring the hands through the midline. Inhale, rinse through the midline. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Step back with the left foot, seal it at 5. Inhale, rise into Warrior 1. Sealing the hands, lifting the heel, pause. Connected with breath, we inhale, exhale, Warrior 2. Flip the hand, reach up for the sky. And then straighten the leg, go deeper, deeper, and deeper. Right arms up. Bend the knee, exhale, cartwheel to the earth, step forward. Inhale, rise up and bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, we lift and fold. Right foot steps back, seal it at that 45. Either hands to your knees to come up or inhale, rise up. Hands, interlace the fingers, come to the toes. Take a big inhale, exhale, Warrior 2. Flip the hand, reach up for the sky. Straighten the leg, go deeper. Big inhale here, exhale, cartwheel to the earth, step forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, softly fold. Left foot steps back, bend the right knee. Inhale, lift into Warrior 1. Seal the hands. Lift the heel. Take a big breath. And then we switch, Warrior 2. Flip the hand, reach up. Straighten the leg, reach deeper. Big inhale, exhale, cartwheel to the earth, step forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close the eyes and drop your hands by your sides and we'll find our Tadasana. So if your heart is elevated, you find it beating in the chest. Send and then send that heartbeat into the palms of your hands. And we gaze through that third eye center. Eyes crossed and rolled up, pituitary gland. again. Soften your shoulders. Place your attention on your right foot. We're going to step that right foot to the back of the mat into a Crescent Warrior. You may need to seal the foot flat for Warrior One instead. Now from here, we're going to lift into Warrior Three. Some of you will just bounce off that back foot and come straight into it. Newer to yoga, you can bring your hands to your heart center and then just kind of start to tap that back foot so you find balance in the standing leg, and then we can lift that leg behind us. You don't have to go far. And if you need more balance, you can bring your arms out and do Superman arms. Or I guess this is airplane arms. And whenever you've had enough, you can stay here as long as you like. See if you can't get your hands to the blocks or the earth in front of you. Pause in a standing split just for a moment. And then we'll bring the feet to touch. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold deeply. And then bending the knees a little bit, we'll inhale, rise all the way up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Interlace the middle ring and pinky finger. Attention now is on the left foot. And we're going to step it all the way to the back of the mat. So you may need to seal it for Warrior One instead. Go where you feel the most stable. And if you keep your hips or your feet hip width distance apart, you have much more balance here. Now, some of you will just leave your arms as they are. You'll take a little bounce off the back foot and come into Warrior Three, or bring your hands to heart center. Practice the little bounce so we can get stable in that standing leg, and then just slide on forward. And you don't have to go far. Just keep breathing. And whenever you've had enough, feel free to play. Hands will come to the earth or the blocks for a little standing split. And then foot to the earth. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. If you're feeling really good, maybe take your hands behind your head. Yourself more deeply into this forward fold. Beautiful. Keep your toes touching here. We're going to bring the fingertips to the earth or blocks. Come to the toes and start to bring your knees out and around your elbows. Little froggy squat here. We'll take an inhale here and then exhale, fold. And you can do these fast. You can do these slow, inhaling up and exhaling down. And froggy squats might be my all-time favorite thing to do. In the Kundalini tradition, you're supposed to do 108 a day. They are a cure-all for toes, feet, ankles, knees, and hips. And they work your frustration out of you. So if ever you can't sleep at night, get up, do some squats. Beautiful. Let's come sitting down. Now, I like to thunk onto my tailbone. Not everyone does. So you can either thunk straight back or bring your knees to the earth, crisscross your ankles, and you'll come finding yourself sitting down on your sits bones. Good job. Let's just pause here for a moment. Close the eyes. And again, we sense that heart in the chest. Settle it with the breath. Heartbeat to the palms of the hands. And then gazing, looking through that third eye center. Beautiful. Blink your eyes open. If you have a blanket, come sitting on it. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us straight. And really nice thing to do for yourself is to take your fingers and find the side of your leg. There's a line there. And I want you to just start to massage your fingers deep into that line. And sometimes when you're doing this, you'll hit a little sharp spot. And when you find that sharp spot, just hold it really tight, put a little pressure on it. And then any of the little sharp spots you feel are connected to some space in the spine that relates to a particular organ. I can't tell you what organ. Beautiful. Other side. I just know when I find a spot, or on the bottom of my foot, when I find a spot, I kind of think about, what did I do yesterday? Maybe I didn't sleep good. Maybe I finished off the bag of chocolate chips. We buy the minis, so it's not as bad. They just melt faster. Beautiful. Let all that go. We're going to bend the right knee, and then we're going to take the foot to the inside of the extended leg. Get your hips facing that extended leg. We're going to inhale, lift the arms. You can interlace again, middle ring, pinky finger. We're going to inhale, lean back a little bit, and then exhale, lean forward and act like your arms are pulling you forward. Inhale, lean back, and exhale, lean forward. Foot is flexed. Inhale, lean back, and now pull yourself forward. Stay there, and let your hands go where they go. Keeping the toes pointed up to the sky, chin can roll down, and breathe. Beautiful. Inhale up, and let's straighten that foot or knee. Place the foot a little bit wide. So we're going to pull it in. And then I want you to lift your arms up. And as you exhale, work your torso in between that leg. And hands can just stay here. Some people will be able to work their left arm behind them and their right arm around. Just depends on the story of your shoulder. And if you're at home and you don't have a strap, you could always use like an old tie, a rope in your hands, and then you can feel that connection in the hands. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Inhale up. Slide that foot in a little bit. Lift your left arm. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, turn. Maybe the elbow can go to the outside edge of the knee. Maybe we just wrap the arm around. And just soften and deepen the breath. Thigh. Inhale back, look up. Exhale, pull yourself forward. Inhale, come back. And exhale. Final one. And now pull yourself forward, 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 and then let the hands fall where they fall. Foot is flexed, chin rolls down. It's very difficult to learn how to control your thoughts and change your mind. And the yogis understand that. So if we're moving from darkness to light, knowing we can't immediately go there in the mind, the yogis say to go there in your life. So you want to find outlets for the mind that are considered sattvic, pure, light white. And so you would think, okay, I'm driving home in my car from yoga class. Should I listen to rock music or should I drive home in silence? The silence clearly is more soothing to the mind. Inhale, come on up. And then let's bring that foot a little far out again. We're going to try to work ourselves through the center. And again, we're taking the left arm now around the front of the knee. The right arm comes behind us. Yoga goals here. And just up, back, and around. And then behind you. And just keep breathing. Maybe it's nighttime and your choice is to binge on Netflix or read a book. Probably a book would be better for the mind. Always being out in nature, going for a walk, taking care of the body. Talking less, listening more. Inhale, come on up. And now slide that foot in and we're going to do that twist. So maybe you can get your right arm up, elbow over, or maybe just wrap that arm around. Beautiful, gently release. And then we'll just bring our arms out in front of us. If you have a block, bring it with you. And we're slowly going to come rolling down onto the earth. And if you want to take a pause in a canoe, you can. If you have a ponytail, go ahead and take it off so there's no obstruction on the back of the skull. Let's bend our knees. And heel to the feet as wide as the mat. Arms are out in the T, palms down. And just let the knees drift a little right, a little left. I'm really just thinking about the lower back here, giving it a little reprieve. Beautiful. Now let's bring those feet to align with the hips. And we're going to take our block, if we have one, we're going to go into a shoulder stand. So if you have a shoulder stand practice, you can just go there. For learning shoulder stand, lift the sacrum, hips to the sky, place the block flat underneath that flat sacrum at the base of the spine. From here, we're going to bring the knees to align with the hips, and we're going to straighten the legs. And it's okay if you're newer to keep the knees a little bent. Try to flex the feet. Arms are by your side, palms down. If you're going into full shoulder stand, make sure you keep a hold of your lower back. And you're trying to get your hips aligned over your shoulders. And never looking right or left. And just breathe. And just feeling, sensing the blood draining from the legs into the organs of digestion. And maybe even contemplating, things you can do in your life that are more sattvic, more pure. And also thinking about the things you're doing in life that are agitating to you that maybe you should not do. For example, if you're having to run around, all the stuff we have to start to notice the effects it has on our mind. Beautiful. Bend the knees. Place the feet to the earth. And you're going to find now you're in a supported bridge. If you want to go to full bridge, just take your block away. Otherwise, just walk your feet in a touch. Feet are still hip-width distance apart. Arms are by the sides, palms down. You can rest on the block, or we lift the hips all the way up to the sky. Some people like to grab their ankles in a full bridge. Some people like to interlace their hands underneath their sacrum. And just breathe long and deep. If you're in supported bridge, just stay as you are. If you're in a unsupported bridge, go ahead and roll out, and then you can push up one more time. If you have a full wheel practice, this would be a time to do that as well. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and roll down. If you're in supported bridge, just lift your hips to remove your block, set it aside, and then bring your knees in. Keep your knees, your heels together. And we're just going to draw tiny little circles on this ceiling to take a full massage of that sacrum, maybe even all the way down through the tailbone. And take it to the other side. Beautiful. Slide your hands for the outside edge of the feet and bring the feet up to the sky for happy baby. And we're just going to pull down on the outside edges of the feet, and you can rock a little side to side here. Beautiful. Go ahead and let that go. And if there's any other pose you'd like to explore before we go into our final rest, you can find that now. So maybe you want to do a little side stretching. We're going to end up lying on our backs, going into Shavasana for our final rest. So from your back, maybe you can find a pose you'd like to do. A little stretch or something. So lying down on your back as we prepare for our final rest. And I'll play the gong while we rest. It's always nice maybe to toss something over your eyes or a blanket over your chest. Your feet can go as wide as your mat and just let them splay open. And arms are by the sides with the palms up. And just let yourself go, relax. Start to take a big breath in and a big breath out. And you can wiggle through your fingers, your toes, maybe roll in your ankles. And then drawing your head up, your hands up over your head, do a big full body stretch. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center and rub them together. Make some heat. Maybe rub the soles of your feet. And then take those warm hands and either place them over your heart or press them into your eyes and bless yourself. And then gently we'll roll to the right in seed pose, where we'll make a little pillow for our head with our arm. And in this pose, let's set an intention, maybe exploring the idea of how you see things. Are you seeing situations and people based on past experience? Can you spend a little in solitude, being a little more quiet, in meditation, to start to and gently straightening your leg, using your hands, will come to seated. And we'll just have a little pause here, noticing the new spaces in the body, ease of the breath, peace of the mind. And as you're breathing in, maybe thinking so, breathing out, thinking hum, just letting the body breathe. Namaste. Thank you.